The detached buttonhole stitch. I have also heard this stitch referred to as the detached corded blanket stitch and the single corded Brussels stitch. As you can see, this technique has a very unusual look, appearing as though you have attached a knitted piece to your embroidery project. Begin your detached buttonhole stitch by first creating an outline of the shape you are filling. In this case, I am creating my outline via the back stitch, although you could use other stitches such as the chain stitch, an outline stitch, or the split stitch, whatever works for the effect that you are hoping to achieve. Once you have created your outline, it's time to work on the filler. Bring your needle up at the top right of your outline. Then scoop the needle underneath the first stitch on the right and move left without piercing the cloth. Slide your needle underneath the stitch on the left. You should have a cord that runs parallel to the top and bottom of your outline. Next, move to the top of your outline. Starting at the leftmost stitch, slide your needle down underneath that stitch and the cord. Do not pierce the cloth. Instead, see how I have both the top stitch and the cord on top of my needle? Keep your needle under that. However, as you pull the needle towards yourself, make sure you are pulling it over the excess thread. If you are doing it correctly, you should see a tiny loop pull into shape. Once taut, move over to the right and start at the top of the outline once more. Repeat the same steps. Slide under the top stitch and bar. Keep your needle over the excess and pull, tightening the loop into a stitch. Once pulled into place, continue repeating these steps until you reach the right side of your outline. You should see a series of tiny loops that have the appearance of a knitted piece of cloth. Scoop your needle underneath the second stitch on the right side. Pull across to create another bar, sliding it underneath the parallel stitch on the left. This time, rather than approaching from the very top of your outline, slide your needle into the loop that's above and underneath the bar without piercing the cloth. Just as before, make sure your needle stays above the working thread. Pull into a tiny loop and move over to the right. Continue these steps until you reach the end of your shape. The bottom stitches of your outline will be your final bar. After you have created the final line of loops, reinsert your needle at the bottom right of your outline. Secure the knot, and you're done.